It's that time of the year again, transfer season. The time when you don't know what to believe and where all kinds of rumors are spreading from all directions. Luckily for you, I have gathered the most recent and best news which you can see in today's video. Let's jump right in. Let's start with our new coach Hansi Flick. He is pretty clear about what he wants and what he needs this summer. He sees Araujo, De Jong and Pedri as non-transferable and as his key players in this team. Two of those were rumored to leave this summer in return for a lot of money. But now Xavi is gone, they are likely to stay. I do think it would have been a mistake to sell Araujo. He had a poor season and especially the fall on Barcola didn't do him any good. But he has shown in the past how good he can be and I believe his future should be at Barça. But I was already convinced that it might have been better to sell De Jong this summer. This is because he can bring in a lot of money and he hasn't been performing like he should have. Let's hope Hansi Flick can improve his game next season and that we can see the version of De Jong that he showcased at Ajax, which we never really saw at Barça. Hansi Flick also wants new signings, with Joao Kimmich as his priority. Kimmich was one of the more important players during his time at Bayern Munich and when Flick was Germany's manager. The manager thinks it is vital for his game that Kimmich joins because his style of play needs players such as him. Kimmich can play as a CDM, but he is also a great right back. In Flick's system, he generally plays at right back. If Kimmich would come, it won't be necessary to buy Joao Cancelo, since the two play on the same position. However, it is reported that Barcelona wants to keep both Joao Cancelo and Felix. This could be a big mistake, because the two would cost a fortune and they haven't impressed me that much. I could understand Cancelo, but if the club is looking to buy Kimmich, I would see no need. And Kimmich is already familiar with Flick and his system, so I would think that he would be the better option. I would be surprised if the club decides to buy Joao Felix, because he wasn't even a starter most of the time. Flick proposed Kingsley Coman as a potential left winger, or the club can decide to keep Fati after his loan at Brighton ends this summer. Fati, however, would be a huge gamble, since he hasn't performed great since his injuries and Coman would be an expensive transfer as well. Before we move on, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel and like the video. These videos take a lot of time and effort to make, so I would highly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thank you for that. Barça wants to extend Sergi Roberto's contract. Laporta believes he is key to the development of the La Masia youngsters and that he sets a good example as captain of the team. I have a very opposing view on this, since I believe the first team captain should be a starter and someone that portrays a great image of the club. I think of players such as Lewandowski, Ter Stegen, Araujo or Gundogan. They have the qualities that the captain should have and I believe Roberto is missing that. He did play decent sometimes last season, but I think we have come to the point where it is better to go separate ways. Then, some good news for Vitor Roque. Xavi hasn't played him much since his arrival, which crushed the youngster. But Hansi Flick assured that he wants him in the team next season. I believe Flick could get Vitor to perform better than Xavi due to his playing style and the physicality of his game. I think this will benefit Vitor and along with some trust, he can grow to be a vital player next season. Lastly, I want to end with the left winger position. We haven't had a real winger since Neymar left the club in 2017 and I think it is time we buy a great player on this position. I already mentioned the names of Coman, Fati and Joao Felix, but there is also interest in Nico Williams and Luis Diaz. As I said, I believe we should say goodbye to Felix. I think Fati would be great to keep, but not as a winger. So I think we should go all out for either Coman, Williams or Diaz. I think Williams would be the biggest risk with highest return. He is only 21 years old and has potential to grow. Both Diaz and Coman are 27 and in their prime. I personally believe Williams could become better and therefore I think he will be the best option. Coman is injured too often and Diaz will be too expensive. Williams is also an expensive option because he will cost around 60 million. I hope the club can make a good deal because he has the potential to shine at Barça. Who do you think Barça should sell and buy? Let me know your number one priority this summer. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you next time.